Good evening, y'all. It is Jen with In Love Birthing. Tonight, I'm coming on to talk to you about mental fitness. Yesterday, I spoke to you specifically about hypnotherapy in regards to pregnancy and your birthing time. I gave you two different options, whether it was hypnobabies or hypnobirthing, both great resources. And the reason why I mentioned them was because of this topic of mental fitness. It is vitally important for you to be mentally fit, not just in pregnancy, but in life. Because if you're not, life will actually drag you in the direction that it wants to take you, whether or not it's politics, whether or not it's culture, whether or not it's religion, or whether or not it's relationships. It will take you in the direction that it wants to take you, or other people want to take you, really what it is. And so being mentally fit to push back. Come on, I talked about that all last month. Push back on culture, push back on the conversation that society is having concerning your fertility, concerning your pregnancy, concerning your birthing time, because there's a lot of conversations out there that simply say it only happens one way. Don't get me started with women who turn 35, because as soon as you hit 35, we are now entering a range that society says is going to be challenging. When we talk about pregnancy, you're going to have morning sickness, you're going to be uncomfortable, you're not going to have any energy to do anything. That's not everybody's story, and it doesn't have to be yours if you don't want it to be. And then when we talk about birthing and delivery, that's the excruciating, that's the challenging, that's the oh woe is me, this is never going to be good because it was never built to be good, because I talked about it yesterday, because we were cursed from the beginning. Look, that is not the end all be all for this conversation. And it's important that you are mentally fit in order to push back on the narrative that's being communicated knowingly, because some people will knowingly push that conversation on you, and unknowingly, because there are some people who they have not experienced anything different. And so when they start the conversation, they are pouring from a well that has only experienced negativity. And so when you only have negativity to pour out from, you can't give anything else. And so when you have a concept, when you have an idea, it is important for you to create an atmosphere. The way I'm seeing it in my head is a plant. If you have a seed, you place that seed in a pot and you get it away from the toxic plants. You get it away from the weeds that are growing in your yard, and you nurture it and you grow it up. This is what our pregnancy time is. This is the time for us to nourish our bodies, for us to nourish our thought life, for us to nourish the strength that is billowing up on the inside of us that's just waiting to come out. Tonight I was in charge of bedtime, y'all. And while I was in charge of bedtime, one of my kids brought me a book, and the book is talking about listening to your body and some of the positive effects of it, some of the negative effects of it. And I wanted to read a passage from it because I thought it was very, very spot on when we're talking about birthing. It says, my mom once explained to me that sensations and feelings are like the waves in the oceans. Some come crashing in while others roll in gently. They are always coming and going. We cannot stop the waves from coming, but we can pay attention to them so that they don't knock us over. And I felt like that so resonated with me in regards to birthing, because while we are pregnant, we are expanding in a way that we've never experienced before. And at the same time, the same way that your body communicates with you outside of pregnancy, your body continues to communicate with you while you are pregnant. And it is so important for us to be able to hone in on that truth that our body is communicating to us, so that we're able to then give our body exactly what it needs. That was the premise of the entire book. understanding that our body is talking to us, understanding what our body needs in order for us to give our body exactly that. And when we come from that place where we are so tuned into our body, not just into media, not just into the conversations of what other people had, not just into the, oh, baby, it sucks, doesn't it? Sometimes that feels good. Sometimes it feels good for someone just to empathize with us and be like, baby, it sucks. Go put your feet up somewhere. And at the same time, it is empowering for you to be able to navigate that feeling, that sensation, that new experience with wisdom and with knowledge so that it doesn't have to suck. So you don't have to spend all the time lying on the couch. So you don't have to be miserable through it. Because when you journey through pregnancy in something greater than what others have told you, then you also birth in a way that is greater than you've been told. And so and then you raise your children, then you raise the standard of life, because now you see that, oh, I do tough things. And not only do I do tough things, but like my standard just keeps getting higher, because this is not something that's going to take me out. I recently had a mom. I'm going to brag a little. Recently had a mom a good friend of mine who birthed twins. And I was able to be with her along her journey over certain aspects of her journey. She is in another state, so I was able to support her virtually at different times. And it was just a great experience. Understanding that I couldn't be there physically, but I was still able to support her in the ways that she needed. Give her opportunity to bounce some ideas off of. It was a fantastic experience. And so my first job as a doula and a childbirth educator, is always to check mom's mental fitness. Where is she at? Who is she listening to? And what does she believe? Because what she believes about pregnancy and birth will be exactly what she experiences, unless she is then pressed in upon by somebody else's opinion. And so this is why just the way we work out, so you can't run up on me easily and stuff like that. Like, we work out our bodies, we need to work out our minds and work out our decision making concerning our pregnancy and our birthing time. So I have gone on long enough. If you are looking for a doula and a childbirth educator or a fertility coach, come on, y'all, because we have mamas in all seasons, at all ages, who need support and community. Reach out to me, DM me. I'm always in for a good conversation. And this is Jen with In Love Birthing. You have a great night.